Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jella, and it's nice seeing you. I know, it's been a while. The video that you would have seen before this is my best books of 2025, and I know, it was late, but I had a good reason. As I would have said in that video, the scenery has changed clearly, but I didn't want to talk about it in that video, which is what we're here today to talk about. And also talk about the books that I've been reading so far this year. It is April 4th as of today. I figured I'd get you caught up on some of the things that I've been in the middle of or that I've finished, read, what I'm reading right now. But I did want to give you a little update where I've been, what's going on, why everything seems to have changed. Again, before we get into all of that, if you like my videos, please feel free to give a like and subscribe. Would love to have you here. It really makes my day, and I love seeing you here. As you can tell, like I've said, the scenery has changed. And there's a lot that went into all of that. If you have watched my videos, you know that me and my husband were going through the visa process to have him go to the United States. We had been in the middle of that process for 2 years at the point of February. This February was 2 years that we had been going through the process. His interview date was in January. It was like January 27th, I believe. He was going to get to the United States in February. At the end of February, and we were excited. But if you know what's been going on in the United States, that they put a ban / suspension on certain visas being issued within 75 countries. As you would think, Thailand was one of those countries. And of course, that took effect a week before his interview date. So, as you would expect, we were very mad. We were upset. We just went through 2 years of this process for it to be the rug to be pulled out from under us at the last second. It was very disheartening. I was very upset. And so we had to figure out what we were going to do from there. We did not want to be apart for any much longer than we had already been. We had already pretty much spent 2 years apart. Yeah, we had that 3 months where he visited, but that's not anything compared to how long we had been apart. And it does take a toll, you know? It is not fun. I would not recommend it to my worst enemy. It is not a fun process. And we had done everything we could to do the process. We did it the right way. We had people helping us with the paperwork to make sure we did everything right. And, you know, of course, the powers that be suck, and they just suck. And if you are a subscriber to the current regime in the United States, please feel free to unsubscribe because this is not a safe place for you. I'm a proud Puerto Rican Italian woman who is married to a Taiwanese Thai national, and this place is not for you. If you don't believe that there is a genocide going on in Palestine, then this is definitely not the place for you. I really want nothing to do with it, so please click off. But the point is that we were going through this process, and the rug was pulled out from under us, so we had to figure out what we were going to do next. And so my husband's parents were like, why doesn't she just come back here? And my mom was like, maybe you should just go back to Thailand. My mom, I think, had been wanting me to come back for a while because of everything that was going on in the United States. It's not a good time being there. It's a very tumultuous, unsafe situation, especially for certain people. I'd been telling my husband for a while before this that, like, maybe it would be better if we were in Thailand. Like, it's not safe in the US. And, you know, understandably, he was like, well, we had been going through this process for how long now? It would feel like wrong to stop now. And I understood. But I mean, it had been on the back of my mind. Like, I don't really want to be in the United States, but I respected it and why we had started in the first place. But then, you know, here we are. The US literally said, fuck you, we don't want you here. So we started the process to get me back to Thailand, and that is where I am today. I even got mochi here, and so we are back. We are in Thailand. I did get mochi here. Let me tell you, it's a lot of work getting a cat to Thailand. Anywhere, to be honest. It was a lot of stress, a lot of paperwork, a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, let me tell you. But we are here. We left Sunday, the 29th of March. Our first flight was at 6:10 a.m. And then we got here midnight, March 31st. So March 30th to 31st. And we've been here since then. And it's been great. I am happy to be with my husband again. It's been amazing. It's nice and warm here. It's nice and green here. I've been so happy being here. It's like coming back home. My husband is here and we have our mochi girl. That is what's been happening. I had started editing the best books of 2025 back in January, but then everything was happening and I obviously did not want to do anything at that point. I was still working at the time because I had to save up more money. I just was not in the headspace. And then when everything was going towards me coming back here, I was like, I just am going to wait till I get there. So then when I have time and I'm in a better place to do it. And so that's why it didn't come out until now. And so now I have the time. I can really focus on things. I have some ideas for videos. I'm just happy to be back. But that's why the best books of 2025 took a bit to be out. But here we are. And I'm in Thailand. We are in Thailand, me and Mochi Girl, with my husband, Will. So if you hear me say Will, that's my husband. I don't know why I never said his name before on here, but Will is his name. So I'm happy to be back with Will. And I am just excited to be able to do things with him, also read, make videos, and I'm so excited. So let me quickly talk about what I've read so far this year, what I've been reading and all that before my camera dies because it's in the red right now. So let's do this quickly. At the end of 2025, like the last few days of December, I started The Housemaid by Frida McFadden. I know the movie was coming out and everything, and I have no desire to see the movie. I still don't care, do not want to see Sydney Sweeney. Not for me. I did read that. It was interesting. I would say it was like a 2 to 3 stars. It was fine. I just thought it was pretty predictable, and it just was like, it was fine for what it was. It was what it was. I might read the second one at some point, but not really that fussed about it. But I did read The Housemaid, and just to say, my goal for 2026 is 50 books, which I didn't accomplish last year, but here's to hoping this year will be better. Right, Mochi? And then after The Housemaid, I read Apprentice to the Villain, which I did talk about in my best books of 2025. I loved it so much. It was just nice seeing these characters again. It was fun. It was heart-wrenching in some spots, and just seeing their dynamic between the villain and the main character, Evangeline. It was, I love it. I love that book series so much. I'm very nervous because then the next one that's coming out is called Adversary to the Villain, and I swear to fucking God, if they have to be on opposing sides, I'm going to be very upset. I haven't read Accomplice to the Villain. I have not read that yet, so I swear I'll be very upset. But I do have Adversary to the Villain pre-ordered. I'm excited for that. I did love it, 5 stars. Then after that, I did try to read The Irresistible Urge to Fall for Your Enemy, and I DNF'd it within like the second chapter. It was a matter of the writing was not for me, and then also where I stopped reading was literally the first few lines of the chapter of the main female character, because she was not for me. She was not my kind of character. I do not like the condescending, stuck up, knowing that you're hot shit. I did not like her tone of voice, her narrative tone. I did not like it. She really put me off real quick. So I was like, nope, DNF's that. And then I finished Courting of Bristol Keats, which I had started a year or so prior, because we did a Secret Santa at work, and my Secret Santa got me the second book because I was on my list, and I wish I hadn't put it there because I ended up not liking the Courting of Bristol Keats at all. I gave it like 1-2 stars, and so I did end up giving those to my other friend at work, and I felt really bad, and I told my Secret Santa, like, I'm so sorry. But yeah, I did not like it. It was not for me. I did not care for where it went, or it was just a no. And then I started this series that you can see up here. This one, Bonded by Thorns, is the first one. It's like Beasts of the Briar series, and you'd think, Chilla, that doesn't sound like a series that you would enjoy. That doesn't seem like something that you would like. But let me tell you, I fell in love. I don't know what it is about these books. These books right here, Bonded by Thorns by Elizabeth Helen, the Beasts of the Briars books. I binged Bonded by Thorns, Woven by Gold, and Forged by Malice. And then I got Broken by Daylight early at work. but I didn't start it because I wanted to read it on the plane, but I didn't get a chance to, and I will get to it. I do have the 6th one pre-ordered, and I need to pre-order the 7th and final one. But I gobbled these books up. I don't know what it was about these. I couldn't stop reading them. Is it smutty? Yes. Is that usually not my thing? Yes. It is a reverse harem or a why choose. I mean, I don't think I dislike that kind of concept, but it has that. Is it predictable? Yes. Is it cringy? Yes. Is it all of these things and more? For sure. But there was something that really, it was like having junk food. It's not inherently good for you, but you enjoy it regardless. And me as a human loves junk food, and you know what? I love them. I love them, guys. So yeah, I literally binged Honored by Thorns, went straight into Woven by Gold, right into Forged by Malice, and then I kind of stopped because, like I said, I wanted to save the next one. So then I read Immortal by Sulin Tan, which I did enjoy for the most part. It was a 3 stars. I didn't like it as much as I thought I would, but I did enjoy it for what it was. I enjoyed my time. But it was just like 3 stars. So I'm not really going to go into what any of these are out. My camera is going to die. I just wanted to do a quick update check-in where I've been and give you a quick rundown of what I've read so far this year. And then I read The Rose Bargain. Don't remember the author's name, and I was enjoying it, but I didn't like where it was heading, and it was just reminiscent of a lot of things that I've already read, and sometimes that's not a problem, but this, I just didn't like where it was going, and I didn't like the ending. And that one was a 2 stars. I first put it at a 3, but then I was like, no, it's a 2. And then I read The Night in the Moth, because I was going to buddy read it with another friend of mine, and I didn't know if they had started it, but I started it, and then I just read it, and I kept reading it, and I finished it before them, so I did let them know. But I did initially give it 4 stars, but I was telling my sister, like, it was predictable, and like I've said numerous times, that doesn't mean that it's bad or anything, and usually that doesn't bother me, but and I told her that, like, I'm not really that fussed on continuing, which I think says a lot. It's just some things I was just like, this is not really much of a shock. I kind of saw that coming from a mile away. I don't really see, like, I was like, this is fine, and it was fine. I had a decent time with it, and I was like, okay. And then when it ended, I was like, this is an ending that I've just seen in a different book, pretty much, almost pretty similar. And I was like, you know what? I'm okay. That ending, I'm fine. I don't think I'm going to continue with The Night in the Moth by Rachel Gillig, but it was fine for what it was, and I'm glad I read it, which leads us to where we are today. I didn't really read much. I did save some books for the plane on my Kobo and my phone, because I just chose something that was easy for me to read when I'm waiting or whatever. So I had started the Hannah Swenson mystery series by Joanne Fluke a while back with Chocolate Chip Cookie Murders, and then I did read the second one, Strawberry Shortcake Murder, and so I wanted to read the third one, but the Kobo, for some reason, on Overdrive didn't have it, even though it was available on my library, but I learned that they're not always a 1-for-1, even though it's the same library card. So I had it on my phone, and then I've saved the other ones that were available on my Kobo. So I did start Blueberry Muffin Murder by Joanne Fluke's Hannah Swenson mystery series book, and I'm in the middle of that right now. I'm on page 362 of 425 on the Libby app, but I'm enjoying that. They're just quick, easy mysteries. I do want to get more into mystery thrillers this year. Yeah, so that's what I've been reading. I do want to continue on. I do have the other ones out from the library, so I do want to get to those, but I'm having a good time. Is it the most well written? No. Is it, what you would expect is going to happen? Sure. But I'm having a great time. Especially as I'm getting used to being back in Thailand. It's been a nice, easy read. But as you can see, I did bring some of my books. These are not all of the books that I technically brought. I do have most of my stuff coming in boxes on a boat, which is not my favorite thing, but they'll be here in a few months, hopefully. Fingers crossed. But I do have a lot more of my books coming. That is pretty much all that's been happening since the beginning of the year. I hope you enjoyed my best books of 2025 and everything, even though it was late. And I hope you enjoyed this video with me giving you a little update and giving you a little rundown on what I've read so far this year. I do have video ideas that I want to do, some Goodreads things, some vlogs and everything that I want to do this year. So I'm very excited and I'm hoping to get to that. I'm going to try to stick to a routine. We'll see how that works. My husband will probably have to help me with that, but I'm excited for what the year is going to bring now that I'm in a good headspace. I'm in a good place. I'm with my husband, Will, and we have our cat. It seems like a good time now. So I'm excited. I have a lot of ideas and I hope you are excited too. But that's pretty much it for this video. I know it's all over the place. I did not write anything down. This is all just a chatty where I've been, what's up, here's what I've read. But I hope you enjoy the video. If you do enjoy my videos, please feel free to give a like and subscribe. I would love to have you here. It really makes my day, and I do love seeing you here. And I will see you in my next video.